Good morning, everyone. I'm Cutsy, and welcome. Please slam that like and subscribe on your way in if you haven't, and I thank you for that. First, I need to get something off my chest. My title, I almost got caught. This weekend, I was working on my next True Crime Nails video and starting my creator series. I started watching YouTube and boom, drama pops up. Surprise! I started watching and video hopping and reading chats, yada yada. All of a sudden, this drama and fighting in the name of a missing young man, none of which is bringing anyone closer to finding him. We have not only YouTube, but now TikTok jumping on the bandwagon, arguing between platforms. Now, let me also say this case has a place in my heart, because some of you know I'm an autism mom. I know the fears of the outside world and having a child that needs help navigating that. I will never discount any parent's journey. Parenting is the hardest job in the world. But add something like ASD into the mix and whew, welcome to the Thunderdome. But the disrespect and lack of any privacy when it comes to this young man disgusts me. The nasty statements by a few creators have infuriated me. The details about this boy's life spread all over the world for clicks and views. Bottom line is, if you don't know autism facts, then be quiet. It's hard enough to get the world to understand and show our children empathy without judgment of not only our children, but our parenting skills. Because bottom line, most autistic individuals do not, in fact, look like they are any different than any other kids or adults. So their behavior shocks people sometimes, and it looks like a badly behaved child. But I guarantee you that's not what it is. I started planning my video and was going to really blast two creators and let everyone know how I felt. And then I stopped myself, and the voice of reason popped up. I thought to myself, I have two options right now. I can go off. I can let fly everything I feel about these garbage human beings. I can debunk everything they misrepresent about autism or the damage that their BS does to families in their darkest hour. All in the name of subs, views, and ad revenue. I could tag this boy and all the creators involving themselves in this for dishonest reasons. And I could probably gain a bunch of subs quickly and jump on this train. Or I could let their stupidity and their lack of conscience or care go. I can combat their garbage with facts about autism or any of the other things these out-of-touch people spread. Con artists screaming lies as facts. I cannot give their BS attention or gravity. I don't have to address their drama. I can keep making my vids about nails and actual true crime and cold cases. So I weighed some of the pros and cons. By doing this and staying on the road that I'm on and not jumping onto the, the quick and easy path, will I have 100 subs and monetization in a year? Maybe not. Probably not. But I will be able to sleep at night knowing that I've only ever told the truth. Yes. And that nothing I do over here will ever hurt anyone else. Will I be involved in stupid fake lawsuits? Nope, sure won't. Will the things I say about autism harm the community, or will they help? I may only have 53 subs forever, but you know what? It's okay with me. I know the people on here are here for the right reasons. They have more in their lives than just other people's pain. Now, don't get me wrong. I get into watching the drama. A lot of us do. But a steady diet of it will wear on you. There are already channels that bring awareness to this BS and hypocrisy, and they don't need me washing, rinsing, and repeating it all. They're good at what they do, and I enjoy hearing their take, but I also enjoy shutting it off and switching to something that makes me happy and exercises my brain. Like my kids, nails, my business, actual true crime, self-care, and adding positivity to somebody's day instead of leaving behind trails of swamp water. So I'm not going to get caught up. If you want to watch the drama, and I don't blame you, it pulls us in. But when you need to shut that off and need some fun and a discussion that doesn't harm people, I'll be here. Full of stories of nail art, health tips, self-care, just everyday stuff. Everyone's welcome. I love you guys and thank you for being my community. One last thing. Listen, TikTok, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the YouTube parking garage is officially full. We've already got Betty taking up 2 spots. She's got a car in one that doesn't run and is leaking oil and antifreeze all over the place. And in the other one, she sleeps. And during the day, she grills cheap hot dogs in front of a box fan to feed her team and then sells the rest for legal fees. Then the last 4 spots that we had got taken up by Julie with her truck and her 10 trailers of BS she brings with her everywhere. I'm sorry, you'll have to park in the street and walk until someone either gets their channel yanked or dies. The waiting list is longer than a CVS receipt. Good luck to you. Keep your drama over there. We have our fill. My final point on all of this, for creators and viewers both, you don't know any of these people in real life. None of them will be there if you're sick. They won't watch your kids for you. They won't throw a birthday party, take you grocery shopping, sit at your deathbed, or go to your funeral. Do not let any of them rent space in your head for free. They are entertainers here to get paid, and people here watching to get the drama. Nothing wrong with that. I am too. But nothing they say or do truly affects your real life. Don't get so caught up that you start to believe what they say to you or about you. If it's stressing you that badly, then please take a break and log off. It all goes away with the touch of a button. It really is that easy to make it stop. Let them talk. So with that being said, let's get on with it. Let's get back to what I want my channel to be and why you're here. I'm finishing up my first set of creator-inspired nails. I'm kind of keeping them a secret. But I'm sure you already figured out by the picture who they're inspired by. I felt like I could let her bother me or I could make a joke to represent her nasty, disgusting behavior and my hope for repercussions for these vile acts that she is putting upon everyone. I'll be releasing those on either April 2nd or April 16th. Depending on what happens in court, I don't want to drop them too early and jinx it. My next sets after that are inspired by some creators that I feel have consistently kept it real despite popular opinion. I heard the other day I heard the Foo Fighters song, There Goes My Hero, and it made me really think. Not that anyone on YouTube was my hero, but in the past year my views have changed about a few people that I thought had integrity and really cared about the cases that they followed. I realized they didn't care at all unless it made them money, clicks, or views. And the people that they all warned us about have actually been the ones that have shined through and are the actual truth tellers. I appreciate it and I thank them for that. Now let's get on with it. I've got some good info on the Idaho 4 and the 911 call psychology that some of us have been talking and wondering about. But first, I have info on a breaking news story out of Las Vegas concerning Aaron Goodwin from the popular paranormal show Ghost Adventures. And it's actually tied to a famous case in Red Rummer. When I started researching the story, I was absolutely stunned he was tied to this. I remember this case. I followed it. It's really a case of two worlds colliding. Aaron Goodwin is an investigator on the show Ghost Adventures that's been around for 28 seasons, since as long as I can remember. And all of a sudden it shows in the news that his wife had a plot to end his life. January 24th, 2019, she became a pen pal to convicted red rummer Grant Amato out of Florida. Now, this story, that's all we really know about her, that she had fallen for him and fell in love with him and was having a phone text relationship with a phone that he had hidden in his cell. And she ended up giving him some money and setting up the red rum of her husband, Aaron Goodwin. And how this guy came to be is Grant Amato. He fell for a paid internet cam girl, going as far as to spend $20,000 in one night on this woman from Bulgaria. We all know what these cam girls are. They don't care. They're just in it to get money, pay for play, pay for show. Grant Amato was convicted of familicide. He KO'd his mother, father, and brother Cody. He then staged the scene to look like a red rum /S. His motive was to spend the family money on this webcam girl. In total, it was found that he spent $200K on just talking to her. When this was found out, his family forced him to go into a treatment center. He lasted a week and then came home and argued with his family about continuing his therapy. This is what was believed to be his motive for the red rum a month later. When asked if he felt any remorse, he said, "My family has been blaming me for months for ruining their lives, stealing and not following the rules of the home. I might as well be blamed for this." Grant and Aaron's wife ended up being caught. Now, let me go back, is that this man ended up being convicted of the 3 red rums of his mother, father, and brother. Later on, I've got some pictures to show of them. And was skirted the capital punishment and ended up getting life in prison. Now, how they were caught was a CO found a phone in his cell. And upon checking the phone, texts were found plotting this plan to get rid of Aaron. Texts discussing a hitman, being in a hotel and ready. Her texting, "Is it done yet?" Aaron has said that he was stunned. No one knew there were any issues. This was a complete surprise. And now we're waiting to hear what she has to say. She's basically said, "Well, I don't feel that way anymore. And that I thought it would just be easier to get rid of him than to divorce him." She said in her arrest report that she was just daydreaming. This was all just fantasy, and she didn't really mean it. So glad this was stopped before anything happened. We love Aaron. Aaron's one of our favorites. He's kind of the silly guy in the case, and he's always getting shoved in a room, locked in, scared, which is probably part of the funniest part about him. But anyway, this case, this Grant Amato case, the original case of his familicide, was featured in a document called Control-Alt-Delete. It's a docuseries on Paramount. There's also a show called Killer Cases. I'm not positive on what channel that's on, but it was season 2, episode 2. And it's called Red Rum and the SEX Scam Model. It was dated 2/25/2022. So if you're looking for something good to watch and catch up on, that's a good one. Yeah, I just absolutely cannot believe that, first of all, that she was plotting to do this to him, and second of all, that she fell for this guy. You see pictures of him right now. He's a complete incel. He's not anything that any woman would really want. He was a nurse and lost his job for stealing substances and completely fell for this woman here. Her name was Sylvie and she was Bulgarian. And still, to this day, blames his family for being angry and abusive to him and never, ever treating him kindly. And so he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. So, all right, you guys have a great day.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame.